Thank you so much for having a look at the A-Level Business course. We really hope that you do decide to come and join us within the department in September. I'm David, one of the 4 business teachers you might have if you decide to choose the subject. You'll notice that this title slide has a bear on it. You'll see the bear throughout the presentation, and it's not because I'm particularly partial to bears. It's because the Edexcel syllabus for business has the bear as a logo. So if you do decide to do a little more research on the subject, looking for the bear on the Edexcel Pearson site will make sure you've found the right syllabus. Okay, so just a quick outline of what I would like to cover is why study business, some of the topics that we cover over the 2 years within the subject, how you'll be assessed, entry requirements, what you can do with the subject when you leave QE, and also finally how you can find out a little bit more. So why study business? You might want to pause the video in a minute just so that you can have a read of what some of our previous students have said about business at QE. However, some of the main points which students have picked up on within those quotes are we do use a variety of teaching styles, and these could range from paired tasks, small group activities, games, research tasks, presentations. We try and make sure that we keep it interesting throughout. However, we do also try to provide you with other opportunities, and for that reason we run something called the National Stock Market Challenge in October of the first year, where you have the opportunity to work in small teams to invest in shares and then track your shares against the stock market values. It is a regional and a national competition, and because of that there are prizes for the top performers. In college we also run the Young Enterprise Scheme, which is a great chance to get to know other students outside the department. It's a chance for you to set up and run your own small business. And as the last students said, we do really want you to succeed and enjoy this subject, so you'll receive encouragement and support throughout your time with us. So let's look briefly at some of the areas in business that you will be studying. The first year, Theme 1, is called Marketing and People. And this first unit really provides you with a fantastic grounding in some of the key areas within business. There is some economics in there. There is some marketing where we look at, for example, the Boston Matrix, which you can see on the top right-hand corner. There is some HR, human relations, or personnel, where we look at recruitment and motivation in the workplace. We also look at leadership and leadership styles. So, for example, according to McGregor, which is on the bottom right there, would you be a theory Y type manager who encourages your staff and provides them with opportunities, or would you be a theory X type manager who's bossy and authoritarian, who keeps a close eye on everything they do? Or would you use different styles in different situations? And these are all some of the things that we consider. The second theme in year 1 is called Managing Business Activities, and this unit really gets into some of the nitty-gritty of business. It looks at finance, for example. We look at how businesses manage their cash flow through cash flow forecasts. We look at the types of financial statements businesses need to produce as well. So if any of you are thinking that accountancy might be something that you want to pursue, then this will provide you with a really good grounding. However, the unit also looks at some external factors which affect businesses. For example, the impact of government spending, interest rates, inflation rates, and unemployment. And we only need to look at what is going on at the moment with COVID-19 to realize that these external factors can have a huge impact on businesses. So these 2 units make up the course for the first year. In the second year, there are 2 additional units, and I'll try and cover these a little bit more quickly. So in year 2, we start with theme 3, which is business decisions and strategies. And this unit develops some of the work covered in unit 2 from the first year. It looks at the ways that businesses can grow, for example, through mergers and takeovers. You'll know, obviously, that Sainsbury's took over Argos last year, and we look at why this took place and some of the consequences of that takeover. We also look at how businesses make decisions and some of the tools that they use to help them make those decisions. So, for example, they might use a tool called decision trees or another tool called critical path analysis to help them inform their decisions. There is a little bit of maths in this unit, but really nothing to be worried about. It's practical maths, and we do assume you're all starting from the same point. The final unit, theme 4, called Global Business, starts to look at why businesses decide to look further afield into different countries. So, what are their motives for moving into these other countries? What will they look for when deciding to move into these different countries? However, we also look at some of the ethical choices that businesses need to make as they move into these different countries. So, for example, the move might be triggered by lower production costs abroad. But what are the working conditions like in those countries? If working conditions are poor, how does the business decisions sit with shareholders, staff, consumers, and the general public? They might be able to offer lower cost products, but is it going to damage the reputation of the firm? So these are all sorts of things that businesses need to consider. So how will you be assessed on the course? Again, you might just want to pause the video to have a little bit look at this in more detail. But essentially, the A-level business course is externally assessed at the end of 2 years. And there are 3 papers, and each paper lasts for 2 hours. But as an external examiner, we know what the exam board is looking for, and you will receive a lot of support and help and guidance in preparing you for those exams. So entry requirements. A question that we often get asked is, do you need to have studied business before at GCSE or BTEC? And the short answer is no. We assume no knowledge to begin with. The only thing that we do want is an interest in the subject and an interest in what's happening in the world, and GCSE level 5 in maths and English. So assuming that you do decide to take A-level business, what can you do with the qualification? The skills you learn, both in terms of the number, work, and numeracy, and your written skills, are going to be really good use either in further education or if you decide to go and work in business, maybe getting an apprenticeship. Students who have studied business at QE often find that there are particular topics that they're really interested in, and it ranges from things like accountancy, the marketing, international business, international trade, or even taking business with another subject like law or with economics. So on behalf of the department, we do hope that you've found the presentation informative and that it's encouraged you to think about taking business as one of your A-level subjects. If you do want to get some more information about what we do, then once you've applied to QE, you'll get access to our departmental transition site, which gives you additional information on what we do in the department, along with some example lessons. You may also want to do some research yourself and have a look at the Pearson Edexcel website to have a look at the business syllabus. And if you type in Edexcel GCE Business 2015, which is when the syllabus was published, you'll find it there. Just remember to look for the bear. And finally, as a department, we will be running a live Q&A, question and answer session in the Bridging Week, so you can ask us any questions you might have. Alternatively, you can email the subject leader, who is Louise, so that's lfarnell@qlis.ac.uk, and ask any questions that you might have. So thanks for taking the time, and really do hope to see you in September. So have a fantastic summer break.